SeAnDawn here.
Happy Friday Live. We made it.
It's not really Friday,
Well,
but
it feels like a Friday.
it kind of does. I mean, I
had a mimosa. Don't tell.
You did have a mimosa.
It's Brian's fault.
Yeah. You did have a mimosa. It is Brian's
Maybe I'll
fault.
be more pleasant on the video.
You could be.
Yeah.
Let's talk about today's lineup today. So,
Biofeedback.
biofeedback.
What is it?
What is it, and what are some of the common issues? That's a big topic. We should be a little quicker today. We promise this time. We're going to try really hard. Challenge
We're going
update.
to talk about sleep.
Yep. Well, that's part of the biofeedback.
Right. That's the highlight, the biggest one there.
And eating.
Yep.
Under eating quite a bit in a lot of ways. Yeah. Challenge update.
Challenge update. We'll give you an update on the Shellie Strong event coming up. We've got our t-shirts to show you here. Some member birthdays and a featured athlete.
Yeah, featured athlete. Right on.
Yeah.
So biofeedback. Let's just start with this. Let's try to keep this to about 5 minutes on this subject, and we'll kind of go there. What is biofeedback first?
Biofeedback are the signals that your body gives you that shows you data. So a lot of nutrition coaches, myself included, when we're working with a client, we have them paying attention to what we call their biofeedback signs or signals every week. And so I'm checking in with each of my clients every week, and the questions I ask them are, how was your sleep this week? How was your energy? How was your energy in workouts? How is your stress levels? How much water are you drinking? That water retention that we were dealing with last week, how is that? So all of the things that give us data on how our body is responding to a certain protocol is biofeedback.
Biofeedback,
So the scale, for example, is not biofeedback because it's not something that your body is telling you. So biofeedback is super important because it helps people tune into what their body is always telling them that maybe just they haven't listened to or paid attention to before.
All right, now I'm going to play the client now because we hear this a lot, and then I'm exhausted and I just don't have the energy to do this, or I'm lacking the energy, lacking the motivation. I just can't find it. I really want this, but I just don't feel like I'm sleeping well, and I just can't motivate myself. What are my possible tripping hazards there in that scenario?
Well, when someone doesn't sleep, everything suffers.
Absolutely.
And so, for some reason, being busy and not needing a lot of sleep and being able to go in our society over time has become like a badge of honor. Like, I only need 5 hours of sleep a night and I am so productive and blah, blah, blah. And it's not really true. We all know that the science has been proven over and over and over and over and over again that our bodies need, what do they say, 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night on average for most people.
If you're younger, it's longer typically.
Correct, yeah. And it doesn't mean that we get that every night, but that's our goal. And so if all the things you're trying to do in the day are suffering, we always have to backtrack to, how is your sleep routine? And so if someone's not sleeping well, we kind of have to go backwards and address that first usually. Yeah. And my suggestions usually, just to get started with someone, is what is your sleep routine? And so it's for those shift workers that can be really difficult.
Very
every night is sort of a different pattern, or their weekdays are different than their weekend nights. But that's the first suggestion, is create a routine for yourself so that every night, regardless of the day, you go through those same steps. And the science of that whole sleep stuff is that makes a big difference for people. So you start unwinding, you have your routine, you read your 5 minutes, you do your meditation, you shut off your screens, around the same time, you start going through the same steps every night, and your body creates that habit of that downtime and resting. So
and so as an example for us, and then we'll talk about I have lack of energy and why that might be, is we for our workout days, or anytime we know we have to be at the gym early, we make sure we have the same routine at night. So typically, and don't laugh, but we try to probably head up to our bedroom about 6:30, maybe 7. If 7 would be pushing it for us. Doesn't mean we're sleeping at that time.
Correct.
It just means that we're unwinding, we're brushing our teeth, we take out some vitamins, we're debriefing about the day, we're relaxing, and then eventually it's usually me first. I falling asleep. But mind you, we have to get up at 4 a.m. every day, right? So our routine keeps
even
us.
on our nights where we don't get up early, we find ourselves, the older we get, usually that routine catches up with us. So even on a night where we can stay up later, we're like, man, it's like 7:30 on a Friday night. We are tired. And so it's like we've created such a habit for ourselves that our body knows, like, hey, this is when we go to bed every night. So it's time to start unwinding. So.
And it allows us the opportunity to give ourselves a max amount of opportunity to get those 8 hours sleep, right?
To rest.
To rest and get those 8 hours sleep that we would need. So I'm lacking the energy. So sleep's really important, and I think everyone hears that, but you don't really realize how important it is.
So when sleep suffers, then your energy suffers, then you're hungrier, then your metabolism suffers, and so it's that slippery slope. So if you start with the sleep, figure that out. Get some advice, go get some help, talk to your doctor. If you're not sleeping, that is crucial.
Now,
crucial.
Let's say I am sleeping a lot, but man, I just don't have the energy. I just can't come in here. I just lack the energy. I'm like sleeping well, but I just can't. I get here and I just can't even will myself to do much. What could be the likely culprit there? Well,
then we start looking at food. And are you fueling yourself properly? Did you have carbohydrate yesterday? Did you bookend around your workouts with some carbohydrate, which is going to give you energy to get through that? Is your protein levels high enough? Did you have a day that a couple days before, or maybe vacation, that were off and you weren't doing your normal things? All of that can factor in that energy level, and stress is a huge one too. So for clients, usually I start with the food. Are we fueling properly? We start there. And if that's going well, then we look at stressors, outside stressors on your body and your mental capacity and what's affecting you there.
So sometimes, and I think this happens more with lady clients that come in, they're under fueling, they're not eating enough to maintain their activity level.
Right.
Because they think that's what they need to do to lose weight, and it's not necessarily true.
Right.
And so it's like, we have to get you to eat some real food, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my goodness, I feel like Superwoman again.
Right.
And they don't gain weight, right? They have the energy to sustain what they're trying to do, right?
To support their lifestyle.
Yeah,
their
and
goals.
I think that's the real important thing is when you come in, let's just talk about working out. When you're coming in here to work out, you want to be able to do your best effort for the day.
Right.
And if you're underfueled and underslept, that's not going to be there. It's just not.
Does that mean you don't come in?
It doesn't mean you don't come in.
Nope, you still come in. You keep your habit.
You come in with a habit. We recognize that. We talk about it. We're like, hey, let's just row. Let's just go a little bit lower today, right? When we get stressed, when we're dealing, we back things off.
We had a couple of members come in at 5 a.m. this morning. Several people dealing with injury. We basically, for the entire hour, we did the workout, but we did tons of PT work and mobilizing and showing them all these different new stretches and whatnot. And they got so much value out of coming in.
Yeah, Lindsay and Maria, particularly today, they both have prior injuries from outside the area, not from here, right? They're both in PT. And so as we heard where they're working, we're like, oh, we know how to, we have some things to
compliment.
Has
anyone ever showed you this, XYZ?
And they're like, oh my God, that's amazing.
That makes such a difference.
We're like, yeah, we just have to.
Yeah, so come in and talk to your coaches. They actually have a lot of information and a lot of little resources and tips and tricks that maybe you haven't heard elsewhere that could just be the thing.
Yeah, and if they don't, they know to go ask. They know where to look. Like we have a lot of coaches, and we know where to look. We have books and all kinds of stuff that we read and stuff. And, we have a big coaching community. So that's really important with the biofeedback. It's a good discussion. So make sure you get proper sleep. It's not a cliche thing, and you're properly fueling your body to meet your activities are the two common ones that we need to see. And recognize when you're not feeling right in your mental space, something's probably off that we need to talk through, right? And that's okay too. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Challenge update.
Challenge update. Wow, the rowing challenge.
My goodness.
This
A
has
lot
been
of
tough.
meters are
So
going.
what is today, the 11th? So we are 11 days
11th,
in.
yeah.
11 days into this challenge. It's been it's been tough. Like, I think surprising for a lot of people, but we have probably 4 or 5 teams of 5 that are going strong still. And then we have a bunch of solo competitors that are just rowing and keeping track on their own. So
Definitely the most meters I've ever rowed in
it'll
a
be
week.
really interesting to see where these teams land. I would say that I think that 1 million meters might be doable by a couple of teams.
I think so too.
If they can keep up this volume
It's
the whole 4 weeks. So we will see.
It is a lot. I actually really like it.
Yeah.
You know, people need a focus sometimes to help get themselves
some extra,
motivated,
just
right?
keep moving,
And
yeah.
so I really like. I had some swelling on my knee prior on, and I found that's thawing down just because I got that nice accordioning motion going consistently, and so my knees are starting to feel a little bit better because they're getting lubricated more.
Yeah.
And so it's been really good.
Good stuff,
I really like it.
So we have a new challenge coming in September. We have not told you what that is yet, but stay tuned because we will post it soon. I believe that it's Coach Brian.
I think it is.
Okay.
All right.
So the FU Cancer Shellie Strong event
There
is
is
next
the front
Saturday.
page, right? Or the front of the shirt.
page.
And then on the back, you probably can't see
Really
it.
look at the back. Well, I don't think you need both. That's really
Well, I didn't know I grabbed both, right? On the back here, it says
so cool.
Shellie Strong.
It says hashtag Shellie Strong, and then it says Storm King Strong, but then it says Stronger Together, and it's got the breast cancer loop there. But I love how the fists and the SK come, and it just shows how we're all stronger together, and that's why we're here for Shellie.
So these shirts are for sale to help support her.
They're $25, and let me just mention
Yes.
Bagley Creek, which is Holly and Tom Bach that own that. They do all of our apparel here. Holly's a member here. She's been a member for years. She's awesome. They are both so awesome. They do so much for our community and for apparel, and we send them orders, and they literally turn them over a couple days later.
Yeah.
And they're super flexible in working with us and just have great design ideas.
And so they did
They
what?
have donated all of the Shellie Strong shirts. So normally, obviously, we pay them and then we reprice them and we make a couple bucks, maybe a couple bucks on each shirt.
Yeah, and the goal, what we were originally going to do was just take that couple bucks on each shirt and just make
Pass
that
it
go.
on to Shellie.
But they said we're going to give it all.
So the entire $25. So we just want you to know that
Yeah.
every $25 for every shirt goes straight to Scott and Shellie. And so huge donation from Bagley Creek. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Those of you that haven't got your name on the pre-order form downstairs, please do so. Holly will probably pull that order by Saturday or Sunday, so you really only have a few more days to get a shirt. If you have a friend or a family member or someone you know that wants to buy a shirt in support, we can make that happen. Just reach out to us, let us know, and then you can bring us the money, and then we'll give you the shirt. You'll give it to your friend.
Birthdays, member birthdays.
Birthdays. Sanad, happy birthday. Thamise.
Thamise. We did not know
Big
it was your
birthday.
birthday. Thamise.
I mean, you really didn't tell anyone.
No.
It was such a secret.
Happy birthday, though. Okay, keep on going.
Josh Winters and Lindsay Terrell. Happy
Yeah.
birthday,
Happy
everybody.
birthday to
Our
everyone.
featured athlete got married.
Well, she was technically married, but she actually had her
Had
ceremony.
her wedding. Congratulations, Claire. and
Claire,
Eric.
yeah.
You finally got to have your big ceremony. We're so happy for
So
you
Claire is
guys.
our featured athlete this week, but just a little backstory. They were going to get married the year of COVID.
During pandemic.
They had this everything planned, and they like a lot of people. They were like, ooh, maybe August.
do,
So they tried to
yeah.
stretch it out, and they finally were like,
Postponed.
not happening, postponed. So they still tied the knot last year, but now they actually got to have their official celebration,
event, so.
which is great.
Congrats, you guys.
So-
So you better get back in the gym now.
Yeah.
There's no excuses now, right?
We know where you're at. Also, if anyone has any topics they want us to discuss, you can comment below, and we'll jam about that. Like, we love talking about things that interest you.
Yes.
That said, if you're looking to get in contact with us, You're going to look up here on the screen. You're going to type in Storm King Athletic Club. You're going to go to the right for the free intro. You're going to click whether you're a member. If you're a member, you can click on that. If you're a non-member, you click on the non-member. You pick a time. You schedule that time. You come in. We sit down and jam. And we just talk to you about things, right? So if you're interested in that, please do so.
Okay, one more little nugget to add. I didn't even run this by you yet, but I'm just throwing this out there. If you're a female and you are interested in strength building, please reach out to me and let me know, because we're putting together a little bit of a list of people. Just this week, I've had, I think, probably 6 different ladies ask me about, barbell training and getting stronger and foundational strength and all that stuff.
We got you on that.
And so I have a handful of ladies, and what I'm thinking is maybe a like sort of foundations barbell class, ladies only. It would be invite only. It would be a separate charge on top of your membership, a one-time thing. But we'd be meeting weekly and probably doing a Wendler cycle. Something like that. Just getting confident under the barbell so that when you get into classes, you're like, I know I can do this. Because for a lot of ladies, it's just being confident and knowing that your body's going to be strong enough to stand that bar up or whatever it will be. So if that is interesting to you, please reach out to me. We're putting together a little list, and it wouldn't start probably till fall, but it's something we've been working on. So let us know if that sounds appealing to you.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Right.
We kept it somewhat short.
It's a hot weekend. Get out there, have fun in the sun.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Bye.